All right, am I there? Yay, I'm there. Let me turn this up. I can hear this in my ear. All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry. Holy shit, I'm huge. Oh my god, it's crazy big. Whatever, I don't care. Yeah, that's a little better. Around with the setup and everything on this stupid thing, and I'm not sure I'm really there. We go. It's a little better. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Playing around with StreamYard. I don't like that color though. Go down. Okay. How is everyone? Let me get over here to chat. Hi, Koi. Shut up, Aaron. All right. Okay. It sounded weird, wonky there for a minute, but better. So, I think I'm just doing a quick stream because I have to leave for work in an hour, just to catch up on a few things. But then something caught my attention on YouTube that's happening now, and I kind of want to put it on. So I think I'm gonna have to change the title. But there's like a protest going on out in LA, or I think it's LA. It's California anyway. Hi, Sam. So I thought, I don't know, check that out. That's what I put on right now. It looked interesting. Law enforcement faces off with protesters. Okay. Shut up, Grover. Okay. Watch now. Law enforcement faces off protesters after immigration raids in USA. So that's what's happening right now. Looks interesting. Other than that, I just plan on just talking about the week because a lot of shit happened this week. Like there's a bunch of shit with Katie going on, but I mean that's every week really. And then the Karen Reed trial, like okay, I don't even care what side of that you're on, but there's really one side, to be honest, in my opinion. But it doesn't even matter what side you're on to find entertainment out of the trial from and on both sides, because I don't know. It's like I feel like we're seeing the undeniable evidence that there are, in fact, two different education levels in this country. And I say this about the experts. I'm not talking about like the attorneys or any of the witnesses really, other than these expert witnesses and like accident reconstruction and shit. But like the amount of attention to detail and the variables considered and the extents in which one side has gone to consider all of these and factor them in compared to the other side who thinks that just because the victims are matched up possibly lengthwise, height-wise with the vehicle, that therefore he was hit with the vehicle. I don't know. I feel like that this is just proof of two different education levels in this country, where one is like your standard of excellence that you would expect to see out of any like, higher fine education system. And then the other one is something more like out of idiocracy. That's my opinion. I mean, obviously, I'll be honest with you, and I'll be interested in transparency here. I'm definitely of the side that thinks that she's being set up. Yeah, she's being set up, in my opinion. So if you're not of that side, you might find some of the things I say frustrating, and in which case I don't blame you. But I want to jump on over to this protest going on real quick though. Okay. This is on GB News. It says, started streaming 25 minutes ago. Law enforcement faces up with demonstrators after immigration raids in which dozens of people across the city were reported to be taken into custody. Keep up to date with GB News at gbnews.com or on X GB News. Support GB News. I don't even know who the hell GB News is, whatever. But yeah, that's where we're at. Why don't they have a live chat up there for the live streams? I don't like that. That seems sketchy to me. Oh, what's going on?
She cannot even be here because she is over there, with her eyes crying and everything because they just don't care. They throw everything toward us.
I have this open in two channels. Why is that? the tabs. Right. So yeah, I don't know what the hell's happening, but when I turned it on, like there were like canisters of shit being thrown and whatnot, and it just like what's going on? I mean, I get it; it's a protest, that shit happens, but it just seems crazy. Why can't I get live to show up now? It's so weird. Now I can't get my live options to show up for videos to watch. I don't understand what it is. Most recently uploaded, which video? That's weird. Anyone else ever had the problem when you're trying to, you pick from the categories up top, but on your YouTube like homepage, and live is almost always an option, but sometimes like if there's nothing that YouTube thinks you would be interested in watching live, they may not include that as part of the drop down menu, but or whatever up top. So, from the sounds of it, this is like an impromptu like protest thrown together like last minute maybe, or like within a day, thrown together rather quick. Which I want to add that if you ever do find yourself planning to go to a protest, be sure to always bring like certain provisions with you. You want to make sure that you have bail money available should anything happen. You want to try and bring like some sort of like cloth or napkins that are pre-wet with like you would use milk, and I want to say like dish soap or something. I'm not sure about that. It's been a while since I did this, but you can put together something like that for helping to wipe the pepper spray off your face should you get sprayed. Milk is usually the best option for that, but just like maybe a couple like hand towels or something, kind of wet with it, in a nice cool place to carry on you should you need it. So, and like a little emergency kit too. They could probably do that. I have this little thing. All kinds of emergency stuff in here, pills, medicine, all different types of everything in there. Even a thermal type blanket should I get caught in like a forest fire or something. But it was so cute and compact, it was like that big. Hi Sam, hey Nana Hawk. Just hanging out watching this protest here for a minute. And I thought we could hang out and talk, catch up on a few things. Like the Carol retrials, what I've been watching for the most part this week. I'm going to mute that for you guys for now. If there's nothing going on anyway. I'm going to turn my way down. Okay. So, like the Karen retrial is what I watch for the most part. And some things with Katie, it looks like the some of the subreddits are finally like, seeing her for who she is. Like over on Reddit, that what is it? It ends with lawsuits subreddit. And I want to say the Justin Baldoni subreddit too. Let's see. I can pull that up. Oh, there's one other thing I want to look at while I'm here. I want to pull up her case on the Minnesota court website because I haven't looked at it in a while. When was this posted? Oh, it was posted like a week ago. So let me pull this website up real quick. Because I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people check that site, probably even daily, and nothing's been reported. But I haven't checked it myself in a while, so I just want to see. So wow, that protest looks crazy. What are they burning tires and shit and shopping carts or whatever in the middle of the street? Which don't ever burn a plastic shopping cart. Don't. We did that once when I was younger at like a beer ball party or something. Only this was held under an overpass, and so not a whole lot of oxygen flow there. And burning plastic that just never stops burning. This plant, oh my god, it was horrible. I don't know who the hell threw it in the fire, but they were fucking idiots. Okay. Hopefully, too, my internet's working better. We end up replacing our modem and router, so I'm hoping I don't have much or any of the same problems I once had. All right, so let's see here. 7M Films. Okay. Okay, nope, nothing new. Last case event was on April 17th, it looks like. The last anything to download was on March 26th. But I know that what is it, 60 or 90 days or whatever? I think it was 90 days. The judge had to make up her decision. I want to say that that's on its last leg right now. Like it's under 30 days left, I think. So there's that. Oh, taken under advisement 331. So yeah, it has until like June 31, I think, or 30. But I don't know how many days are in June. So whatever the equivalent to that would be. So yeah, nothing new there. Hi, Chill B. Hi, Ruth. Hey, Mikhail. Those were depositions and sealed. Yeah. Okay. So that's the latest thing going on there, anyways. So oh, a couple other things came to my attention this week that I never knew about. So over on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, one of the accounts that I follow is no, they go by Kate. The name Katie is a liar, or Kyle. How would you pronounce that? It's not Kyle, so Kyle. Ki, the anagram for that. They posted a screenshot of someone that I never heard of before, but I guess that I don't know. I get the impression that there's someone kind of relevant. But so I went to the old Facebook group, and just like a lot of the info is still in there, and I searched this person's name in there, and nothing came up. So I don't know who they were, but or are whatever, or why they're being brought up again now. I don't understand, but I'm curious. I want to know more. Oh, oh shit. Okay, we're gonna turn off because there's nothing going on over here right now. So I'm gonna head on over to X, I think. Let me make sure my messages and shit are closed. All right. Oh wait, why am I so big on the screen like that? What the fuck? I don't like that. No, I don't want that either. All right, you know what? We're gonna just have to do this, I think. One of these. There we go. That's better. That's even better. I like that. Okay, we're going to stick with that. Okay, so this is, oh my God, this is rich coming from Katie, like seriously. So for those who weren't maybe around for the 2000s, sorry, I gotta fix something here on my chair. Okay, so for those of you who weren't around, maybe Katie did this whole she called it her Me Too moment or whatever, and even said no one's gonna steal my thunder when she did this. So when she told this story where she was allegedly assaulted, like back in 2007, and for the longest time I believed her. I mean, because who the hell's gonna go to those things to lie like that, really? But I probably just keep continuing to overestimate her or underestimate her, how depending on how you look at it. So she told her story, but in the most ridiculous of ways. Like, I mean, she was using this to try to gain something. And when it didn't go her way, she got mad. Like both when she made the report and now with her telling it. That's my belief, anyways. And so, like, there's a whole lot of things wrong with her story, but I'm not going to get it bogged down in that right now. But the reason why I took issue with this is because in telling her story, she then proceeded to blame the reporting police agency, the one that she reported it to, and it's particularly the investigating officer. Who, when you look at it, essentially is an advocate for victims, okay? And she's dragging this person's name through the mud, blaming this person for why her case never went anywhere. It's all this person's fault because this person called her a liar, berated her for hours, and said how, well, you know, the person you're accusing comes from a really nice family. You know, they had prestige. They would never be involved in something so seedy as this or whatever. Like, I'm not even sure what she meant by that because, like, I wouldn't call SA something seedy. I mean, it's far too light of a word. I think I would use to describe something like SA. So I wonder if she was really projecting how she thought of herself at that time in comparison to this family with money, allegedly. I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I took issue with. So she did like a couple of videos on it, a couple of live streams, and like dozens of posts across various multiple social media platforms. And she named this person by their name and the investigating officer and the precinct. And she named like all of this, the person she was accusing, all of their family members and family members' businesses. And then suddenly she just stopped. We're thinking she got a cease and desist because then she took everything down. But before she did, I collected it all and I put it in a little Google Drive folder and I sent it to this police agency because I thought, well, if what she's saying about this detective is true and he's still on the force, well, they should know about this. Or if what she's saying about this detective is not true and he's still around, well, he should probably know about this. Either way, it should be known. So that's what I did. And long story short, the investigating agency there, they did because Katie herself eventually ended up filing a report against this detective through the agency. And so they did an internal investigation on this detective. And one of the things they had at their disposal, because she kept saying how during her interview with the officer is when all of this shit happened, when he accused her of these things, when he refused to, you know, do his job basically, and said that she was a liar and everything. She said it happened during her interview. So one of the things that the agency had at their disposal for their investigation was the interview because it was recorded. So it took like 24 hours for them to come back and say, yeah, no, these are unfounded. These claims are unfounded. Sorry. So anyway, that's why I took an issue with it. So it's this right here. So whether you're around or not for that, now you know the backstory here. And this is why I tell you, because of what I'm about to read here. Here she posted, wait, I'm gonna have to put this in a different tab. There we go. Blake Lively 100% fabricated the assault of the sexual harassment claims without a crystal ball. Just know the truth will come out. Don't get lost in the spin game happening in the news. She lied, and there is proof. Really, there's proof. Okay. So who posted that? Oh, that was Tina. All right, I want to go to Ballz' account. This is one of the things that I've just found almost comical about her covering the story about how she's coming after Blake and everything. And look, my take is on it is they're both fucking wrong. Okay, they are. I don't think that Justin is quite as female is as much of a female ally as he likes to believe he is. I think that there's things that he's overlooked or missed about himself upon self-reflection. And I think Blake is just an incredibly entitled just bitch, maybe. You know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care if she's a bitch or not. I don't care. My attention, I don't want to pay to this really much because it just seems so frivolous to me. But then again, some of the other shit I do pay my attention to, it's not so frivolous, so whatever. That's just me. All right, so I'm going to share this tab instead. Fixed it. It's funny. So I'm on Ballz' account. I'm just going through here real quick. Oh, it's this. Oh, here we go. This. Oh my God, I read this the other day. I almost laughed my ass off. So she left this on the subreddit Team Justin Baldoni. She left it as a comment. Blake Lively proves her entitlement and privilege yet again. A white woman with blonde hair accuses a man of Italian descent and a black man of sexual harassment and retaliation with no evidence or proof. I'm going to shut up. The white woman is believed because she's white and wealthy. The two men are smeared in the media as sexual predators despite having no history of ever harming any women ever. She needed the two evers there. Meanwhile, I worked on a project for 2 years. I say that and I pictured the little dude on the bike from Better Off Dead. $2. About a Korean pastor. Why are you bringing in all of these racist to shit? I mean, this is, I don't know, if this ain't racist, I don't know what the fuck is. Or maybe, I don't know. But a Korean pastor that was accused of trafficking and human trafficking of Korean immigrant women and men. I like how she put women before men, though. I think people should do or say that more often that way. He was also accused of R by Korean women. The series debuted on Netflix a year ago. Not one organization has stepped up to help Priscilla Lee fight Robert Shin. Why is Shin not capitalized? In California court, Robert Shin filed a retaliatory lawsuit against Lee after she sent a demand letter to him prior to litigation. No one has stepped up for her, despite a judge stating that she has properly pled her case for H trafficking and S trafficking. I don't remember that. What? I would ask to see proof of that shit. Where are these organizations to help the real victims of S crimes in LA? Yeah. So. Oh, that's right. One other thing I want to pull up. What did I do with that? There we go. So going on over to her page, or her channel, rather, I'm sorry, I apologize, her YouTube channel, and looking at her posts. And now I want to just point out here, okay, that she has 436,000 subscribers, almost 500,000 subscribers, okay? Going down her posts, I mean, her posts never really see much engagement to begin with, okay? Where is it? I think it was this far down. Oh, why did she take that? Oh, she took a video down. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she received a cease and desist. That's why I think. Wait a minute. Where the hell's the one? Did I pass by it? Oh, no. Here it is. It's right here. Okay. So this is a post she put up a day ago. And it's about her husband, which I'm very sorry to say, or that her husband has, I guess, stage 1 prostate cancer, they think, or is the claim. But from the sounds of it, prognosis is good. You know, he's just surgery, and you know, this should be the end of it. So I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm still very sad to hear that Todd, especially, is going through this. I'm sorry to hear that, you know, their kid has to hear all about this too and deal with this and shit. Because I was that kid. Only it was my mom. I wasn't prostate, and my mom didn't pass away when I was young, like, you know, her son. I think I was right around the same age as her son, too. I was 11 or 12, and my mom was first diagnosed. So I've been in his shoes, and it sucks. My mom lived until I was 28, thankfully, but, you know, cancer ended up winning in the end, I guess, whatever. So I'm very sorry to hear about this. And I'm sorry that even Katie has to deal with this or whatever. But this is a little ridiculous, though, how she's turning this into something that's all about her. But I digress. That's a conversation for another day. What I do want to pull up here, though, is she shares this information about her husband, okay? And people comment. But she has almost 500,000 subs, guys. Almost 500,000. Okay, and she gave this really like impactful post in video, and her video has a few comments under, but the post, like, not everyone will pull up a video and watch it, but if they're scrolling through YouTube and someone you follow, you see this and you're like, oh, wait a minute, it might stop you, and you'll check it out and you're like, oh shit, and you know, you're more likely to give the post a little bit of attention because it came up in your feed as you're scrolling than you are to pull up a video and listen to a video for half an hour, 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, at least I am. And considering all that, her post has 12 comments on it and 50 likes. That's the total engagement for almost 500,000 subscribers. That seems crazy to me. Like, I put up posts talking about things nowhere near as heavy as this shit, and I've gotten more interaction, you know, and I have quite a few less subs than she does. I just don't understand how this is all she gets. It's crazy. And I noticed too, like, no one commenting on this is anyone who's alluding to having some personal relationship with her, or being a family member, or just someone who's known her outside and off of the internet. It's all just internet people. And then her Facebook page has nothing about this. There's nowhere to display any kind of familial support for what their family's going through. I can't imagine having gone through this with my mom at that age and not having our family around. I can't imagine that. I mean, or having not much of a social life. Like, when I was going through this, I had my friends too. There was a pretty good sized group of us who hung out for, you know, years in middle school and high school and shit. I can't imagine not having that. I can't imagine. I mean, I just feel for this kid, man. I really feel for this kid. So, I don't know. I hope everything works out, though. So, into that. Going back. All right. So I'm gonna go back on over here to Twitter and check the chat real quick. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jill. I'm sorry to hear your dad. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, though. You explained that just right. It's using buzzwords to gaslight and self-promote. Has Stephanie Jones actually filed a complaint to sue Katie yet, or has she been inflating that? From what I understand, according to Katie, mind you, she sent Katie a cease and desist. That's about it, right? I think that was who did that. I don't know. I can't. I get all these names mixed up. Oh, today's day 70. Okay, thank you, Sam. So anyway, come back over here. So this is from one of the subreddits. If I can. Which subreddit posted this again? I have no idea. All right, they don't reveal. Okay. So why do I keep seeing pro advocacy for some creators and attacks against others? How about just posting the content if you want and letting the audience decide? Katie Joy's husband was just diagnosed with cancer, and her content creation job is their sole income while she helps him get through treatment. Stuart has a full-time job and doesn't need to make content to survive. What? I don't get that. So it sounds like this person is expecting people to give their views or whatever to Katie because, well, Katie's the only person making money for their household and they need the money. With this other person, no matter what, how good or dependable you find their content to possibly be, don't give them to watch because they don't really need the money. Like, just watch whoever the fuck you want, man, for whatever reason, and let others do the same. Trying to guilt trip people either way is yucky. We all have issues we are dealing with in our lives. I think enough has gone public about Blake and Ryan that any moral person can see they're not good people. Nobody involved in this shit is a good person. Let's just be honest, okay? They all have their good moments and their shit moments, but I really feel like all the people involved are incredibly entitled and full of themselves, in my opinion. It isn't a gray area, but I'm sure a privileged white dude sees it differently. Watch who you want, but this doesn't make me want to watch him. It does the opposite. I don't even. Where were they going with that post? It was all over the place. Ballz comments. Katie Joy bragged about making $90K a month and said she made millions in revenue. While I wish Todd a full recovery because that is what's best for their child, Todd's cancer doesn't make Katie Joy immune to feedback and criticism. Word. Mm-hmm. And then here in the comments, and this is on the Team Justin Baldoni subreddit. Oh, I'm getting these screenshots by Ballz Lexicon. I'll put that in the description. I'll put a link to that in the description before I'm done. So the name of the title of the post, whatever, exclusive PR insider spills on Daily Mail declaration and Leslie Sloan lies. And without a crystal ball, who posted that, the OP says, no, he's not lying. He told Melissa that Leslie planted stories with him in August, that those stories made no mention of sexual harassment or SA. Go to the DM archives from August. You will see his stories and what Leslie told him. So in December, after the article came out, James spoke to Melissa and Brian. He let them know that Leslie gave him a different story in August. The implication is that Leslie lied to New York Times because they changed the story from August to December. I don't know what all that's about. But then this was said. Someone commented, wait, uptick of negative posts about you. Oh, wait, did I skip one? Oh, I didn't even read the, no, wait. Did I read it? Yeah. I must have skipped over the other one or something. So Katie had put a comment up about how it's like she thinks that she's being targeted by these bots or whatever from Leslie, or I'm not even sure who at this point, because of the coverage she's given. So she's been complaining about that in the subreddit, and the subreddit's like, wait, what? So this person wrote, wait, uptick of negative posts about you? Would you be able to please clarify the very last sentence, because it seems important to confirm your PR source says Stephanie Jones does use bots and they're being used against you specifically? I did have a theory that at least part of CIA guys' SEO strategy was to target certain keywords specific to creators reporting on Blake. Bots would be a whole different story, and if true, might not help Justin out at all. Is it possible Stephanie Jones hired bots to astroturf against Justin's direct instructions, which is why Blake and Leslie are so certain about the existence of bots? I don't like the bot theory because it allows Blake to skirt around the valid criticism that continues to be lobbied against her by real survivors. Katie wrote, since Stephanie began targeting me, I'm getting spammed with negative comments. There are bots entering the groups to smear me. It's been happening since last week. They also manipulate SEO to reduce views and ad revenue on social media. Now, I don't know a whole lot about SEO, but when I created a website a few years ago and I was, actually giving it an effort to try to get like traffic and everything to it, I learned the very minimal maybe shit, and I forgot half of what I learned. But I'm pretty sure that that's not exactly how it gets used. Like, you can help get the attention of people searching for things on the internet by using certain SEO features, but you're not going to reduce views for someone else or create ad revenue, really. It's, I don't know. Like, the people who were going to view something else are going to view something else. You're just trying to get them to also view you. That's kind of how it works. You getting their view doesn't take away from somebody else. People are still going to look at what they want. It's just whether or not you get added to that, really. So at least that's my understanding on it. I don't know. I'm not exactly in the know either. Okay. All right, I'm going to just make sure I'm on the right one here. Okay. So in this screenshot, I can't take anyone seriously that says that, okay, they're talking about Katie when they say this. I can't take anyone seriously that says the texts were cherry picked. Look at Wayfair definition the Times. Their arguments are very weak, and if anything, cast themselves in the same or worse light than the Times article did. To which Katie replied, "No harassment happened." The same person, Cordelia the Red Queen, wrote, "Well, that's your opinion, but it says nothing about my comment." Katie says, "It's not an opinion. It's a fact." It's not an opinion. It's my fact. How dare you not swallow my fact up and choke on it? All right, so and then it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Cordelia comes back with, yeah, repeating an opinion doesn't fit a fact, and you still didn't address what I said. I love it when people just keep doing that. Keep skating around shit. Okay. Yes, I know I have time. I'm all ready. I just gotta change my clothes. That's fine. Okay, so it's Mary Justin Overhusband. She's a liar. Exclusive for my source. I think that, yeah, that's something that's the part of the original post, and it was by Katie. And then this person here says, do we know the date of these messages between Jamie and Friedman? Katie comes back. December 2024, January 2025, after the New York Times article was published. His point in reaching out was to say Leslie gave him info all of August and never once said anything about S harassment. So she changed her story and she lied. Someone came and said, okay, but why is Jamie's turning over Friedman's text, and why has DM in the past few weeks only been writing a lot of pro-Blake articles? I don't think your source knows all the inner workings going on, and I think Nick Shapiro has pressure on someone higher up, unfortunately. Okay. James was on. I don't know, but then Katie says, my source 100% knows what is going on, and James is not writing positive for Blake. He's been writing a lot about Taylor Swift as of late. James didn't change his story. He told Melissa in December after the New York Times article that Leslie planted several stories with him and that she never told him about S harassment. She gave him a different story, but changed her story with the New York Times. That's the point. He didn't lie. Leslie never told him anything about assault or harassment, and his text messages prove it. And then, was this from another post? Yeah. Oh, no, it's just listings of other posts. Okay. Here we have. Katie says, oh, I just read that, didn't I? Okay, so over here. Now these messages between James and Friedman. Okay. Oh, why is this picture up again then? Whatever. Okay, someone asked, you spoke with Melissa Nathan and Brian Friedman? Good work. Did Friedman tell you why he included a known false statement in their suit against Sloan? Perhaps? I would suggest double checking your source dates, as the Weinstein related claims were debunked months ago. You need your own personal fact checker. Katie says, I didn't speak to either. Good Lord. Like, what? Okay. Then this person says, Jen Abel, perhaps, or let me guess, you spoke with Sloan herself. You are a marvel of ingenuity. Stop the misinformation, my friend, as it's not a becoming look. Katie says, I'm not lying. Sloan was 100% working for Weinstein. There are 2014 articles where she's on record commenting as his publicist, to which I have to say, so fucking what? How many people at the time or before then or even after then were working with Weinstein or working for Weinstein or hired by Weinstein or whatever involved with Weinstein? Almost all of Hollywood was at one point. So unless you're going to condemn them all, stop fucking exploiting this to better your point, to better generate some hate that you feel someone deserves, because that's very exploitative, in my opinion. But whatever. That was the right. That's right. I came on over here because I want to show something else too, which I will get to in a moment. I didn't see this post. Oh, okay. Here's one I didn't see. This is cool. All right. Stuart from A2L thinks Baldoni supporters are not critical thinkers. Okay. So here someone says, everyone should watch the 4 minutes before this clip. It's not as bad as it seems. This post is inaccurate in representation. I'm sure some people will still be upset, but the clip posted is half of his statement. Also, for context, this is what Katie reacted to about his video, correcting her. Okay, here's her Instagram response. So whatever it is this channel said was a response to Katie's response. And that was, I no longer support or endorse the content by the channel. Ask two lawyers. Any lawyer that thinks it's brilliant lawyering to file a fake lawsuit in order to illegally obtain phone records of a private citizen is not a law firm I respect and recommend. If they did that and got away with it, that's exactly who I want representing me should I ever need it. I'm just going to say whatever. Lawyers are bound by a duty of ethics, and endorsing illegal conduct is where I tap out. Well, that's probably why you keep losing it. No, I'm kind of kidding. I mean, if they're not getting in trouble, is it really against the rules, or is it more like a gray area? Because just because you conduct yourself in an integral way in this arena does not at all mean or give you a right to expect others to do the same, because they're not. I'm not saying you should fire first, but you should be prepared to go to the mattresses should you have to. Anyway. Okay, and this was next to it and said, I already read that. And she wrote with this, I'm Team Truth and Team Justice. Lawyers that praise unethical lawyers and enable celebrities to abuse and invade the privacy of private citizens are scum. I said what I said. Keith and Stewart are obsessed with Ezra, whoever that is. Keith and Stewart. Okay, oh, it's same size. Keith and Stewart are obsessed with Ezra Hudson. Nothing she has done in this case is worthy of praise, period. I want this on record. But what record? What fucking record are you putting it on? What? The Instagram record? I mean, I'm guessing you don't value that since you delete half the shit you put up anyway. So, I mean, what's this record? Ask two lawyers went out of their way to invite me on their channel, to make a video, to outright call me out, which I found so weird. What, you found it weird that someone else did what you do? I mean, or done, whatever. It's fake and phony. Being a lawyer doesn't make someone qualified to cover a topic that they know nothing about. Like the law? Is that what you're saying? There's a reason that lawyers bad applications, and Blake's team is a prime example. For them to go after Brian Friedman, whose team has been harassed and abused for months, shame on them. She could have responded in a lot less toxic way, trying to discredit them. As two lawyers always praise her, she gets mad other people try and discredit her, which is exactly what she did to them. They never responded back negatively like this. I believe it. I believe it. All right, we're gonna read one more. We're gonna read one more, and then I'm gonna pull up what it is I came here to pull up, and then gotta get this. So, like I said, it's gonna be just a quick line. I'm honestly, I just want to kill a little bit of time, and I haven't been on here in a while and touched base with anyone and said hi. So, all right. Except they don't turn their viewers against people like she does. They never just discredited her. The only reason why Katie broke the subpoena early is because she saw that the DM verified the subpoena existed, so she went digging. That's great. Good for her that she was able to find it and publish it before the Daily Mail. Oh, Daily Mail. Okay. Before the Daily Mail or anyone else. But the story already broke. Let's not pretend she just coincidentally discovered Van Sham right after Daily Mail went public. She did not discover Van Sham all by herself. Daily Mail would have released it a few days later. They both get credit. Well, I think Daily Mail gets credit and Katie just gets credit for not giving a shit about anything else and just wanting to be first with it. So, yeah. To be clear, Katie deserves credit for accurately researching and reporting on a lot of things. What? But she gets things wrong, like everyone. And instead of correcting herself, she deflects and throws tantrums and attacks everyone who calls her out. No one is allowed to criticize or question without a crystal ball, and yet everyone can dogpile on Ask Two Lawyers and act like they are as bad as Blake and Ryan. It's such BS. Disagree with them all you want. That's fair. But acting like they are so much worse than Katie is a joke. I love how this person can't even spell Katie's name right. Yes. What is his conclusion then? He used to say he'd rather have JB as his client as his case looked better. I don't get what he's implying. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump off of that for now. And the reason why I even came on Twitter, I want to pull it up real quick. Okay, so here's the thread. It was the thread. All right, so like I said, it's from an account I follow, and it's a screenshot of something from like long prior years before, but it's an account name I never heard of before. But I'm guessing that they were, I don't know. Here we go. So if anyone has information about this, I'm curious. That's all. I'm not going to go after anyone. I don't give a shit, but it's not that important. But here, this Adria. Oh, Adrenaline, the ultimate flip flopper, LMFAO sucking up. Now, this post this was reposted, and this thing that was reposted is from 2020. So that's 5 years old. Okay. So I'm wondering, and between this and a few other things that have landed here and there that I've had in some conversations I've had, I'm just curious what this is all about, because I'm at a total loss, and that rarely happens, at least in this part of the internet. It rarely happens, but other places it happens often. So, yep, there's that. All right. I'm going over here to chat. Hi, Taboo Topics. Yeah, I was watching I was catching on the replay your stream the other night, and it was funny. As soon as I heard that Spackle, you said what Spackle was talking about, and I've seen her, make the same claim and everything before, so I knew that this shit Spackle was saying. And then you said something, and it dawned on me, like, oh my God, that's right. Spackle's literally repeating this junk that Cheshire put out. I never thought I'd see the day where the holy Spackle is quoting and reciting Cheshire's words and running with them as fact. Shit's fucked up when that happens. I mean, it's just shit ain't right. Some bad shit's coming. That's crazy. Hi, Ishmael. Hi, Java Man. Yes, Todd Chrisley is out. Though I haven't seen anything about him, at least not much yet, in the news or in the media. But I have a feeling that he's going to make his announcement or his homecoming. There's going to be. It's going to be known. I have a feeling. I know nothing. I don't want to give that impression, but I just have a feeling. I also have a feeling that shit with the 7M lawsuit will be coming out soon. Why did this go back to this setup? I want that here. At least that's my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. But so that's all I got for now. I just want to come on and say hi. Check in. So yeah, that's that. I am working late tonight, but I think I have tomorrow off. I do. So I do want to plan a stream though over the next few days, because there's a lot I want to cover. It's primarily about the Kara Reed trial, but I got to put a bunch of shit together first. So that's what I plan on doing. Because I've had a few conversations with people local to me who are just like catching wind of the story, and they know like very little about the first trial. They know like just very little altogether. And I want to make maybe a couple of informative videos / streams or something. So we'll see. But anyways, thanks for being here, guys. I will see you guys later, probably tomorrow. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather if it's good. If not, enjoy the shelter. So, yes. Bye.